fits natural most. And for the Peeps, it's usually aggressive playstyle. It's showing that they're capable of. They just need to be careful on that back end. Because G2's counterattacks are scary, especially when Rizzo's flying through the air and he's dunking you and going for a double. So, close match here, but with that being said, that was the third match, again, for G2 in a row. Now 6-0 since we've seen them on stream. Nothing's slowing them down just yet, and one away from match point from taking this grand final in this best of 7. As for the Peeps, they're going to have to go for a reverse sweep. Not an easy feat, but showing signs that they are capable of getting a win. Ball played across the midfield over to Chicago. Ends up trapping it down, but nobody's there. He's able to follow up his own touch after the initial 50-50 as Rizzo plays a soft touch over to Chicago. It's met by Arsenal. Plays that down in the midfield. Unfortunately, nobody there for the pass. It does get to JNaps, who immediately plays that to Chicago, who plays it back into the midfield. Consecutive touches coming out to move it downfield as JNaps with the redirect forces two to make a save. Can Rizzo get the follow-up? No. It's pushed back out, but the pressure is not over. JNaps again going to try to slow down the pace, but it pinches over towards the other side. Good catch.
Oh, wow.
The Peeps on their back heel, but they do just fine. Pitching it down. The pressure's relieved. With two players at 100 boost, this could be an opportunity as JNaps gets demoed out. Now nobody up. The counterattack is there, but Gyro gets back in time. Good effort from the Peeps, able to keep it out of their net.
Gyro being super aggressive on either end.
It's chasing people down for demos, too.
Yeah, and it's a little bit different than we've seen pretty much the whole series. I guess Gyro's just like, you know, we got nothing else to lose. Why not go for it as Arsenal bumps out Rizzo? Could be a potential here. No, Gyro just bumps right to Rizzo, who was sitting on the backboard from the bump previously. Now JNaps popped up here off of Chicago. Arsenal, nice little catch here, but maybe not a good idea to do it right then and there as Gyro sends it away. Life here for the Peeps. JNaps gets a little bit of a touch on it. Rizzo has to creep out to get it cleared away, but two up on offense. Reynolds right there. Reynolds scoring on G2.
Thought it was going to be troublesome with two players in the corner there, but Arsenal knowing to back off. As he's rotating back, there's no point in him committing, so he lets his teammate who's above him already come across. But you can tell what their pressure is doing. The reason why he's on a position there is because they're trying to commit pressure with pressure in bumps and demos and forcing something out of G2. Just a matter, can they maintain it for numerous time? No, it doesn't matter. And within seconds, G2 ties it up yet again.
Yeah, Chicago just kind of coming above the ball on this one. Gyro, hard to read for him. I think he thought that Chicago might just go for the play. Reynolds coming in at sort of the wrong angle. It was just all awkward, especially the way the ball bounced off of the crossbar, and like you said, right in there. Coming up here on halftime, we're tied at 1 again. Where have we seen this before? Gyro going for it. Arsenal can't quite make it happen, so a back pass to Reynolds. Well done. Now Reynolds is out of position and searching for boost. Gyro coming through. There was a demo on the play. Chicago got demoed in the backfield, and I think that might, well, it may not help much as Arsenal pops up here. Both Gyro and Reynolds goes up. Gyro gets the touch. JNaps looking for Chicago. Shot. Reynolds right there. Beautiful patience by Reynolds. He didn't commit to that early at all.
Just crazy how Rizzo, who's back in their third, is able to go all the way across the field and still get to the ball first. As he's retreating backwards, he makes a touch, passes it up to his teammate. The difficulty, though, is it's still in their corner. They haven't been able to get it past midfield as the pass comes across. The team clear coming out and in handy for G2. Chicago's secondary touch pops it back up, easily met by Reynolds over to Gyro, but intercepted by Rizzo. Can he get another touch? No, but it draws Arsenal out. A shot on target, saved by the falling Arsenal, but now a chance for a counterattack.
Arsenal's
shot from
up.
Arsenal just missed.
Man, that was close. Rizzo right back at him, looking for Chicago. Gyro shuts it down. I think the Peeps have realized that basically anytime G2 has the ball, they're looking for a pass, especially on the offensive end, as Reynolds sends this one up for Arsenal. Rizzo right there. That's high. Chicago in net. Reynolds right there. Drains one. Takes the lead.
Comes across just so fast. You see Chicago. He's in a position just hoping that Rizzo gets a touch on that initial challenge. Unfortunately, he doesn't. He's just having to sit in net and wait for that to develop. Fortunately for him, he's not able to get a touch on it. Peeps go back up by 1 in a minute 25 left. as the aggression coming out from Peeps.
Oh,
Pass cross, stopped by JNAP's, trying to slow it down as he knows there's a lot of players in the way.
like a bit of confusion there for the Peeps as well. They reorganize themselves. Actually have a lead here. There's a chance. Chicago looking for the double. Oh, Rizzo can't quite find the angle here as Gyro comes out of the corner. Rizzo trying to get a little bit of control. Tries to send it down for JNAPS. JNAPS is there anyways. Demo on the play. Rizzo on Gyro. Arsenal finally finds one. A 2-goal lead.
Just a little bit of confusion on the defense. JNAPS has the right idea. He's trying to play that up wall with a self pass when he traps that. Unfortunately, hits a part where it bounces back out to the midfield. It makes it easy for Arsenal, who's already moving forward. Kind of a little bit of a circumstance that doesn't go in their favor, but a lot of credit due to how fast the Peeps are starting to play now. 45 seconds left. It's up to G2 to see if they can adapt. He said that they've been going for just about a pass on every single play.
Oh, what?
As a mistake on defense and sneaks past. Not sure if Rizzo had too little a boost here. Gonna take a look. Yeah, only.
Oh, yeah.
Only 24 boost on the back end. Indy's cheated up a little bit too far. Might have been able to save it, but it catches him off guard, cheating up.
Yeah, you know, they're not perfect. I mean, they are human. That's the one thing that the Peeps have going for them, is that G2 are not robots. They are human, and they do make some mistakes here. Gyro beautifully read on the defense. Really does seem like the Peeps have come to their own, though. They have been creating all the opportunities that they have taken. And that's the thing. They've taken them. Big, huge change from previous games here as Reddles looks for Gyro. Can't quite pop up just in time. Chicago looking for JNAPS. It's going to roll out to the corner. And as the 10-second timer runs out, Arsenal getting a bit of a carry. This will... Oh, yeah, he'll finish that one off. A 4-goal lead.
It's a cute little trap going for the turtle on it. Ends up working out. And a little bit of flair as they're up by 4 now. But it's kind of the big thing when it comes to Rocket League is usually the first 2-3 games go in one's favor, and then the other team that's usually considered the lesser team really comes alive. They start to get used to these changes. They start to figure out how to play against it as they become more comfortable with it. And now that G2 hasn't really been forced to having to make any changes, they're now going to have to kind of wise up and say, okay, these guys are playing really fast. Now we need to mix it up. These passes just aren't working like they used to. Time to slow it down. Time to go for some individual plays to open up some opportunities. We saw what Rizzo was able to do with it earlier. Same with Chicago. Curious to see if they break it out here.
But I'm wondering if slowing it down and trying to get that ball control like you're talking about might kind of bite them a little bit, because that's where Reddles and Gyro more also kind of on that angle really thrive. I mean, we'll have to see. Going up against some seriously experienced players, Reddles more or less a 1v1 specialist. I think a lot of people would consider him that way.
It's not the concept of the game itself that they don't thrive in it. It's the fact that for the past 4 games they've been playing very, very fast, very aggressive, very everything. And now all of a sudden that's different, right? Ooh. You're conditioning a player to do something, as it doesn't matter. All it takes is one mistake. You see him come across here, that third man trying to move up.
Rizzo got a little cocky on that one, just a touch. Maybe he thought he had to read on it, and it was just a little bit too quick. Maybe he wasn't expecting that touch. And already the Peeps grabbing the early lead. So super early in this one, though. G2 can easily come back from this. As JNAP's off of the backboard. Chicago right there. Pop down off the corner, and it knocks away. That's a sigh of relief, I think, for the Peeps.
A shot that looked like it was almost guaranteed to go in. Going off the woodwork for both teams now.
Pop-ups for Reddles. Sorry to interrupt you there. I thought that might be something. Reddles usually pretty good on those kinds of pass plays. Yeah, there we go. I was waiting for Reddles to just get on the boost, but he kind of never did. It was almost like a fake. Double commit, though. Reddles out of position for that type of play as Chicago takes on Arsenal. Arsenal has a chance. He decides to back off. It's kind of shadow here. Reddles not a great touch there, a great play. There's a couple of mistakes here and there on both sides. Rizzo pops up for this. Challenges Arsenal, still moving on down as Chicago takes control. Leaves it for JNAPS. JNAPS, challenged by Reddles, gets past one. Can't get past Gyro. And around the corner we go. Nice long clear. I think they really needed that. And that's going to slow down the Peeps a little bit, as the pass connection for the Peeps not quite there comparatively. But as Arsenal might be able to take this from the wall. No, he just got just a little bit too far around it.
Pass from Rizzo. Can the follow-up go there for the double touch? No, it sneaks on by. Rizzo pops this up high. He's going to go for it himself. Can he get underneath? No, the challenge immediately by Reynolds. Blade to the corner. Chicago pinches that back across. Rizzo's there to meet it. Doesn't matter. Gyro delaying that challenge just a little bit. Able to follow this one through. He's going to bring it all the way downfield to Arsenal, but unfortunately can't get above it. Luckily, his teammates there to put the pressure back on target and get the boost for it. These guys back and forth. It just seems to be that a lot of this game now being dictated by the Peeps.
Ooh. Dangerous coming into the key. It will be Chicago with the clear, though. We're coming up here on halftime, and G2 have not really been able to get their crazy offense going as Reynolds will slam one home.
Just a big problem here. You can see the possession just being thrown away from that defense. Something that these guys should be well aware of, that even though nobody is challenging you, they're all backed off. You got to bring that forward with a dribble and force one of those guys who just denied your boost to expend it, kind of neutralize the situation. Instead, they give it away to a waiting Arsenal. They get scored on again, but with 2:30 left, still plenty of time for G2, who is on match point in this best of 7. Trying to close out the series as Peeps have been looking strong, bouncing back as a shot. Light for Chicago. Nobody going to turn on it until it's too late. And played the other way. The Peeps now back on offense as a shot or a pass coming across. And the follow-up there to meet. G2, though, doing a relatively well job of holding off, but need to be careful as one lofted here. Can Gyro get to it? He doesn't even need to. Wow. The Peeps up by 3. G2 falling apart.
Reynolds coming from the offensive end. Just realizing the ball's coming right at him. Might as well take a shot just to see what happens. A bit of a chipper, but it's enough to get there. Chicago had the right idea of trying to get back. Just couldn't do it in time. And now the Peeps have themselves a 3-goal lead coming into the closing stages of Game 5. Honestly, Lawler, I kind of thought that this would be a little bit more of a stomp. I hate to say that.
I mean, I pre-cursed it, man. I thought it was going to be a stomp as well.
Oh, Rizzo!
In defense, the Peeps have done a great job of adapting to it. Like, now that they're able to just kind of play in a more instinctive style of Rocket League. They don't have to overthink anything. It's just get to the ball fast, hit it towards us, maintain possession. They've been really coming alive. But G2 still has some bite left in them. So a long way to go in this reverse sweep. Peeps still needing to win 3 more in a row. They're up by 2 with 30 seconds more until we hit that 1-minute mark. J-Nap's up on the clock. He tries to play it across, carried himself. He does get 2 defenders for it. He's doing a good job of back in the box. This one bounces off Arsenal again there to meet it as Rizzo tries to go for a demo. The ones I told you to look out for. As he's still chasing him down, expending a lot for it. Just again, Peeps hold on. 30 seconds almost wasted for nothing.
Kind of wanted Rizzo, again, trying to play that little bit of a mind game. But you're going to have to get out of the way, keep moving. Just set him off kilter just a little bit. Trying to set it up for a shot as Arsenal beautifully played there. Rizzo sends it out of his corner. Chicago, no, stopped by Reynolds. J-Nap's beautiful touch. It sends it to the corner, and Arsenal right back at it, but Rizzo is right there. Able to send it away. They're going to have to score now. Rizzo trying to do just that. Reynolds pops up, sends it away, and you can see that the Peeps are trying to send it away, and Rizzo on a hunting spree. J-Naps. You know, Chicago was kind of sitting there on the line. It was a little bit awkward. I thought maybe just kind of getting in the way of the goalie, maybe, but the goalie completely unfazed by that as Chicago looking for it. Rizzo off the corner. J-Naps. Oh, it just couldn't get the touch. G2 going to go down 4-1. It looks like Lawler, and it's almost like G2's kind of falling apart, or they're relaxed too much. One or the other.
I mean, it's not even that. I mean, credit has to go to the Peeps. They're playing well. They start with early aggression. They apply all this pressure. And because G2 is down by as much as they have, they're susceptible to counterattacks and everything else. You see another one there. They're applying all this offense. They're trying to find something in the back of the net. And all it takes is one mistake because they have committed so much. It makes it easier for the Peeps to go the other way. They're playing passive. They're sitting back and waiting for it to develop. And now the Peeps are the ones keeping G2 guessing.
So G2 need to take control of this, at least in my opinion. Maybe close this one out. Don't let it go to game 7, I think would be good for them. I mean, the Peeps have a lot of momentum here, but we've seen G2 just completely knock down said momentum in the past. And the Peeps are kind of changing as the game progresses. They're sort of changing style in the way that they're approaching the ball. They seem to be firing on all cylinders, so this is a definite test for them. G2, at least in my opinion, I think they're honestly just a little bit too relaxed right now, and maybe need to step it up just a touch as JNAPS comes out of the net. We'll block that one away from Arsenal. Granted, that's my opinion, but I mean, what do I know? I don't know Tatum LCS.
Hey, no throwing that as an excuse, man. Right? You're watching this just as much as I am, right? Fair enough. Either way, 30 seconds gone past. A shot from Chicago saved by Reynolds. Follow up there from JNAPS. Plays it soft and across to Rizzo. Unfortunately, met immediately and pinched down the other way. This could be dangerous from Chicago, but he does get behind it. It pinches off into the midfield. Reynolds there to beat to it as Rizzo plays it up to himself. What's he going to do with it? He tries to get it across, but Gyro already up as well. And a counterattack opportunity as Reynolds plays it past one. Can he get it past the last? JNAPS at a 1v2. He handles it well and plays it to the corner. There'll be plenty of time for him as it allows Rizzo and Chicago to follow in boot.
Reynolds trying to move it out of the corner. Nobody there to help him out though. Chicago was there anyway, so I guess it was a smart play as Arsenal sends it towards the corner again. JNAPS hovering. Gyro, that's a pinch. It'll send it off the backboard into the midfield as Arsenal right back in looking for Gyro on the knockdown. Not going to happen. Reynolds on the backup. High shot. Rizzo's right there. Gets the block. And JNAPS sends it to the corner. Still a lot of pressure from the Peeps. I take that back. They all back off. And we move on to the Peeps side as Rizzo with the carry. Gyro popped up. Chicago right there. So dangerous in that position. Reynolds able to send it away.
Reynolds with a very, very risky play. He's in that near post, just holding on to Rizzo, trying to make it so he can't fire. If that shot goes anywhere but near post, they have a goal. Unfortunately, his teammate shoots it right at him. He ends up making a save. The attempt is there. Obviously, G2 happy that they're able to bring it back down the other way. As Rizzo going to go for a boost tonight and a demo at the same time. He ends up getting both boosts for his troubles. Unfortunately, they counterattack because of it. The aggressive play from Rizzo leaving them susceptible on defense. And again, the Peeps up by 1.
And Chicago wrapped around right at the mid boost and thought about challenging that, but then Gyro got that nice flick to move it on to the net. And it was just a little bit of a mistake. Obviously, JNAPS a little bit out of position, just couldn't do anything with it. As Gyro keeping this offensive pressure alive. They have to back off here, though, as JNAPS looks for Chicago. Arsenal whips it around and was able to get the touch on it. And Gyro, JNAPS shadowing. Rizzo stops the play. Arsenal right there to pick up. G2 in position. Chicago runs up for the block out, but luckily Rizzo and JNAPS are right there. JNAPS to move up. JNAPS getting a lot more involved in this series. Rizzo just pop up here. Yeah, he's able to get that one towards the net. JNAPS is up, looking for a pass, possibly a drop down, but Rizzo comes through. Already in the air, just sends it towards the net, and G2 able to keep the offensive pressure alive. A back pass, looking for Gyro, looking for Reynolds, and they send it on down, but they kind of lose control at that point.
Seems to be that G2 can't find a flow in their play. Anytime you start to see a play develop, if it doesn't come through initially, when they do make it, it looks great. But for the most part, Peeps have been making saves on those plays, and then they just kind of fall apart. Chicago, primarily the one that's looking out of place, but they find it here, tying it back up. 2 minutes left. You can't talk about it enough. G2 has been on match point now for two parts of this game. Just haven't been able to close it out. You think, can they do it here, or can the Peeps bring us to a game 6 or game 7? Can they go the distance as a bump comes out? Saved. Another save crucial from Rizzo. And he's there for another to clear it out, but Reynolds even better position as Rizzo chases him down. The demo finally working in his favor. A shot from Chicago off the backboard, the follow from Rizzo, and a save from Arsenal played aside.
Well done by Arsenal to read the play and realizing that he was right where he needed to be to make that one happen. Less than a minute and a half. We're still tied at 1, everyone. It's Gyro coming up for the shot. Chicago gets there in time. Sends it towards the corner. Now we're right back on to the Peeps side. Rizzo in the air. Reynolds, not a great touch, but he does cover JNaps. His Gyro pops up here. Sends it to the corner, looking for Reynolds. JNaps covers it well. Chicago right there. It gets popped up because Arsenal interfered with the play. As Rizzo wraps it around the corner. Trying to get something going here. Gyro, that's so dangerous, but he makes it work. JNaps right back to center. It's just a little bit too hard, and Chicago can't play off of it. Finally, we've come back to the midfield. Arsenal challenges Chicago. JNaps is already up on the play. Reynolds has to play this one away because Gyro had to spawn in. Now Gyro right past him, down the line, and G2 really starting to pressure hard, but now Gyro has a chance. Reynolds up, not a great touch. Nothing there because Arsenal also got demoed. It's demos galore here in Game 6.
Demos galore and a triple commit coming out from G2. Luckily for them, they're able to recover and play it the other way. Rizzo taps that down softly. Should have the ability to follow up as it smacks JNaps in the face. Ends up setting up for him as he goes for an air dribble. Has Chicago to his left, but decides to take it himself. Chicago's going to be up there. 9 seconds remaining. JNaps making a touch. Can he make a play? A pass over to his teammate? No, it's stopped by Arsenal. Play the other way. This could be the difference maker. Can they bring it to Game 7 as it's played all the way? No, it's going to drop, and we go to overtime. Game 6. G2 takes this golden goal. They win the tournament. As for Peeps, they need it to stay alive and bring us to a Game 7.
Arsenal moving on down the line. Rizzo challenge as well. Gyro already there. Trying to play this one, but Rizzo plays it off the wall. Nice little pinch here. Reynolds has to scramble back off of the corner. JNaps. Oh, he just couldn't get the touch. He thought he had some backup at Chicago, but there was a demo on the play. Now JNaps steals the boost. Looking for some help. Here's Chicago kind of coming in. Bit of an awkward bounce, but Chicago's right there towards the net. Reynolds, very patient on the goal line, sends it away. Rizzo steals the boost. It'll be Reynolds out of the corner. Looking for it. Chicago sends it right down Main Street. That could be a snipe, but Arsenal pops up well. Sets up for Reynolds. Reynolds and Arsenal a little bit all over each other. Reynolds luckily was there. Stops the play from happening, and Rizzo just on it, the chip up. Off of the window, it looks like, of someone's car. Chicago looking for... I think that was Rizzo. Yeah, Rizzo can't do much with it. Gyro just sends it away. Looking to get scrambled up here as the Peeps make an offensive push. JNaps and Chicago double committed in the corner. Rizzo comes out of net to make that save happen. Reynolds still there on the backboard. Gyro, a little bit awkward here. Knows Arsenal's behind him. It just slows it down. Doesn't allow JNaps full possession on this. And sends it away. Does Arsenal. Right back in, though. G2 putting on the pressure. They're just not letting that ball get anywhere near their net as Chicago pops it backwards. Now JNaps. I thought that might be a shot, but Arsenal came up with a nice challenge. Now Chicago towards the net, and that's in. They take the tournament.
I thought they were going to be okay. Arsenal was able to win 2 50-50s in a row to deny the pressure from G2. But then sweeping through as their third player, they sustain that offense yet again, and all it takes is one shot. Chicago upside down, plays it far post past the defensive Peeps. And what I thought could have been possible, a potential reverse sweep. G2 holds on and ends it in 6.
The Peeps brought it. They had nothing to lose. Honestly, I feel like once the Peeps realize that they can just play their game, they start to really come on form. And we saw evidence of that this series. Took 2 off of G2. They have to be proud of that, but there's a lot of replay review in the Peeps' future for sure. Definitely some issues that need to be worked on, or maybe not necessarily issues, but things to improve on for sure. But a great series all around. I can't ask for a better final.
This doesn't excite people for the RLRS and what's to come. I don't know what does. The fact that we're starting to see these teams